Okay, so we're gonna get started. I always like to prime my eyes with Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. I think it is the best eye primer to use with her palettes for sure. One very important thing to keep in mind about this is a little goes a long, long way. I know this is a very tiny tube, but do not put a lot on your finger because it just goes everywhere and it's a mess. You literally need a microscopic dot of the product on your finger. Like that's, it's kind of flat and runny a little bit, but it blends out really, really good. So I just like to take that and just pat it all over my lid with my fingertip, of course. And I usually have enough for the other eyelid, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. I might need a little bit more. It really gives you an amazing base to start out with. And we are all set and primed. Now we're going to dive into the palette. It's so beautiful. Everything I love, sparkles and pink. Does it get any better than this? I don't think so. So, we have the colors. This is such a bright, vibrant, gorgeous palette, and I have been diving into the colors ever since I got it. I've been really excited to do a look that I tend to go to with this. I mean, there's other looks I would love to try with this because it's so versatile and you can try, I mean, there's blues in there, there's purples, there's pinks, there's just so much to play with. So here we go. I'm gonna start out with a small Morphe. It's the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collaboration. Just to save time, all the brushes I'm using is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collaboration. I love these brushes so much and they make your eyeshadow go on really good with technique and everything, of course. This specific brush is the JH38. So going forward, I will just say JH and whatever number the brush is. I'm going to be taking the color 1988. I was born that year. I'm assuming Abh+Amrezy was too. So with the smaller brush, I'm just basically going to be filling in my crease as lightly as possible because I'm going to be blending it out later. And trust me, it's gonna look like a hot mess at first, but with the way I do it, if you do it a different way, that's totally fine. I just like to do it this way to get me started out. Now I'll be taking JH34. It's more of a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna be taking a I'm going to be using the darker, over here, the darker Yugo. It's like a really deep plum color, and that's going to go on the outer V of the eye. And I like to usually go in like really tiny circular motions to make sure it blends out properly. And I drag it up into the crease that I already intensified earlier, so to speak. And we will be coming back to this color. Now I get to dive into my favorite colors, which are the ones that are typically meant for your eyelid. And I think I'm gonna go with Cupcake, this really shimmery purple. And okay, I'm gonna get really close. So really pat it in, and if there's any fallout, I'll show you how to sweep it away later or conceal it and hide it, because that is a problem with a lot of especially highly pigmented shadows, is that there's some fallout, but there are ways to work around it. And I'm actually putting this one pretty much over the whole lid, kind of not really putting it towards the corner so much, because we'll be highlighting that area later. It's so pretty, right? Sometimes I wish I didn't have such tiny eyelids because these colors are so beautiful. But I'm blessed with what God gave me. I'm also going to take, this one is not a Morphe brush, but just try to find a small flat angle brush because I'm going to be picking up the color Barb, and we are going in the very inner corner of the eye. Just bring it down to the tear duct. Don't put it in your tear duct because that might not feel so great. I don't recommend that. I just really like to blend these types of colors in the tear duct area and just drag it up to the crevice, I guess, before you get to your nose. And we'll be taking the color Wasted and putting it lightly under the eyebrow. It really highlights where you drew your eyebrows. All right, let's intensify this look. Y'all ready? I mean, by intensify, I mean get super, super, super close. How close can we get? Is this too much? Is this good? I'm out of focus. That's not good. Okay, back it up. All right, so we are taking, excuse you, we are taking the color Simsa. Did I say that right? Simsa? And we are going to make this a lot more bright. I'm putting this on the outer part of my eyelid, again in those light pats and circular motions, dragging it up to the crease. Man, if I was blonde, I would feel like Barbie right now. These are like Barbie colors. I love it. By the way, I don't think I mentioned that brush I just used was the JH35. We're gonna darken up the outer crease a little bit more. So we're gonna go back in with You Go Girl. Sorry, I'm a little corny today. And really drag that up. Not all the way to the brow. We will blend this all out with a much more larger, no, that's not what I want to say, larger blending brush later on. Sometimes I have challenges with multitasking, like talking and doing my makeup at the same time. Probably not a good combination when I'm trying to explain how to do makeup. Okay, so we want to be very delicate with what we're about to do next. You are my favorite. This one, the GH40, I love this brush. It is the perfect brush for putting dark colors in creases. So whenever I do my eyeliner, even if I mess up my eyeliner and my cat wing, like you just go over it with some black with this and you can't even tell you messed up. It's a lifesaver, I'm telling you. Okay. All right. Come on, camera, focus for me. All right. Again, lightly patting it, kind of, I don't want to say jamming it into your crease because that sounds painful. Don't do that. But you're gonna also like lightly drag it up because it's gonna go along with the cat wing look that we're gonna be doing later. And I like to do like a sweep up and kind of like a sweep down to bring that winged look out. And we'll clean it up later. So taking the bigger fluffy brush, this is the JH30. Whenever I want to blend the whole thing, like right now you can see I feel like I brought this color up too high and I want to even it out a little bit. That color I had there was the You Go. So just gonna lightly blend all that in together. Now before we go any further, I want to start to go along my lower lash line for a more smudged look. And I'm going to take Yugo again, and I kind of dip it both in the Yugo and the BK. And we're just really gonna lightly go under the lash line. And really make sure you get in this corner here so that it ties into all the work we did up there. Super important. Taking a very flat brush, the GH43, dipping it just in the black and pretty much stamping it on my lash line. That way you kind of have guidance on where you want your eyeliner to go. This is hard to do. Like twisting to show my other eye. Alrighty. Fixing something up there. That's looking pretty fire so far, I think. And I love this look on people with brown eyes because it really makes your eyes pop. Especially if you have a little bit of green in them. Like this looks pretty on anybody for sure, but it's like how certain colors bring out more blue in your eyes. For brown-eyed people who have more hazel eyes, this really makes the green in your eyes pop out. Alright, using one of my favorite liquid eyeliners to create the cat eye winged eyeliner look is Tarte's Man-Eater. Not sure of the title, but whatever. So shake it up really good before you use it. So I like to drag it from the inner corner, go along my lash line, making that line thicker as you go. It's important that you get as close to your lashes as possible so that there's no spacing in between, because it just doesn't look cute. I will show you a trick to kind of hide the messiness of it if you create it, which I do, and I'm working on it. Sometimes when I'm doing the other eye, I do everything backwards, especially when I'm making YouTube videos. Alright, so kind of good. Alright, we're gonna let that dry for a minute. Sometimes I have accents that just come out, so be prepared. I kind of like to stamp with that same GH43 brush on the lash line. You can really use any black eyeliner that you like, but just to intensify the eye look, I like to not pull my eyelid down because, you know, wrinkles, you know, don't really want those. And just go on the waterline. I'm going to show you a new product, maybe it's not new, but a new product to me that I started using recently after I do my eye makeup, just in case any of the makeup irritates your eyes at all and you have a bunch of those red veins in your eyes. I found this amazing product called Lumify. I got it in my Allure beauty box. It's these little eye drops and they're 100% safe. There we go, yeah, Lumify. And so you just put these eye drops in your eyes after you're done, and try not to let the tears, you know, mess up your makeup too much. But once it sets, give it about 2 minutes, I believe. Usually takes about 1 to 2 minutes, and then it's all the redness in your eyes are gone. It's like magic. I am going to upload what I've done so far on my computer because I think my memory card is beeping at me, so Better fix that. Right. Now that our eyeliner has dried, I want to fill in this little dippy part. And I'm going to be taking the JH40 brush again and dipping it. How many times is that gonna happen to me? Okay, and to BK, and focus, and we're just gonna kind of fill it in. And then you barely even notice it. It's crazy. So I was very fortunate this time and did not get any fallout, which is when your eyeshadow, like particles, pieces of it fall on your cheeks and your under eye. I'm pretty sure what helped with that was that I did a setting powder with the Laura Mercier powder with this little brush, or this little thing, this little bobby thing. I don't even know. You just pat it under. I think that helped, and then if there is, just sweep it away best you can, cover it with concealer, and you're good. So next, I like to use the MAKIAGE Mascara. It's one of my favorite mascaras right now, mainly because of the brush. The brush is really interesting. My lashes are on now, JH24. I wanted to bring a little more of the purple into the under eye, so I'm just gonna kind of, well, purple and pink. So I'm gonna dip this in Simsa and Cupcake and just kind of go just under this part of my lower lash line. This is pretty much the final result of the eye look. Okay, so this is pretty much the final result of the eye look, but I am seeing my eyes are red. You can see the veins. So I am going to show you how this stuff works. Before. So this is the final result of my eyeballs anyway. It's called Lumify. I will put a link to it in the description, as all the products I've been using today. So, and if anyone was wondering, I am using the Ardell Wispy lashes. Those are the lashes that I applied. I hope you enjoyed this look. I love this palette. I can't say it enough because there's just so many different looks you can do with it. So something I wanted to mention too in this video was I wanted to thank all the essential workers out there that are keeping everybody in the world safe right now, and I want you all to keep yourself safe as well. A part of this video that I wanted to mainly make the video about was to have a makeup look with the N-95 mask. I'm a healthcare worker as well. I work in occupational therapy. I work at a hospital, and I also work at a skilled nursing facility, also known as a nursing home. I really wanted to thank the doctors, the medical staff, everybody who is working in this crisis right now, and I really wanted to just express like my gratitude for that, and like I just want God to bless you guys so much. And it's not just the medical workers, it's, you know, the police officers, the firefighters, EMTs, people who are truck drivers, people who work in every store that is open right now, people who are working with the public in general. Just thank you for all that you do. Thank you for keeping everybody safe. And those of you out there who do like to do makeup like I do, it's been not on our top priority list to look glamorous every day, even though we enjoy it. But those of us who have to wear masks, and especially N-95 masks, because they're so hard on your skin, they dry out your skin. I've been breaking out from here down. It's been really rough in that regard, as far as makeup application goes. And when you wear just a full face makeup like what I'm wearing right now, you end up with problems like this. Like, it doesn't look as bad, but yeah, and then you're just further spreading around just the stuff you put on your face, causing more breakouts. So I am going to show a clip of, and it looks kind of silly, but I did my makeup from here up. I really think that we should be practicing these methods just to keep this part of our face as clear as possible during these times. You know, like, I know all of us are going through different things right now, which is extremely hard. You know, every single one of us has a different story. My heart goes out to people who have gone through an experience with the coronavirus and those who've lost someone to the coronavirus. It's very heartbreaking what we're dealing with, but as long as we're all doing our part and staying safe and preventing the virus from spreading, we are doing our job and all we can do right now. And the other thing is pray. Something I really wanted to include in the videos that I make going forward, because I am Christian. It is a big part of my life, my relationship with God and with Jesus. I just want to be able to share that and spread that with those of you who watch me. And I read this. This has really been helping me. The past 2 years have been very hard on my life, and I'm not going to go into details about it, but I have been on a very long spiritual journey, finding a balance with my health and my wellness. So just all aspects of my health I've been wanting to improve, and the main one being improving my relationship with God. And so this book, I've read through it off and on throughout the years, but every time I open it up, I literally feel like God's speaking to me. And the passage for today, I really wanted to share with you guys because I just think it's perfect for what is going on in this video right now. The book is called Jesus Calling, and it's Enjoying Peace in His Presence by Sarah Young. She creates these books and they're all referenced from the Bible, but it's as if Jesus is talking to you, and I really think God put this in her heart to write these so that He can communicate with us in this way. Today's reading is, I am creating something new in you, a bubbling spirit of joy that spills over into others' lives. Do not mistake this joy for your own or try to take credit for it in any way. Instead, watch and delight as my spirit flows through you to bless others. Let yourself become a reservoir of the Spirit's fruit. Your part is to live close to me, open in all that I am doing in you. Don't try to control the streaming of my spirit through you. Just keep focusing on me as we walk through this day together. Enjoy my presence, which permeates with love, joy, and peace. John 3:8 and Galatians 5:22. Now those words aren't directly from the Bible, but that is where you can cross-reference and see how that ties into the Bible. And I just really feel like my journey with this YouTube that I'm doing, I know I'm not the best makeup artist in the world, I'm not trying to be, but if I can bring joy and teach you new things with any areas of my life, please let me know. Like, if any of you are interested in what I've been doing to turn around certain things I've been going through, please message below and I will respond. So I hope you all have a blessed week coming up, and I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. And now you know how to do your makeup, just like Kate. I love you guys. Have a wonderful week.